Welcome back to Ruby on Nails, and today's video, no different. I hope you like it, but today I have two brand new Mooncat collections for you that I'm super excited to show you. The first collection, little delayed on timing. I got the package late and I was having a hard time fitting it into my schedule. So now you're gonna get one long video discussing two collections. Today's collections are going to be the Lost in Folktale collection and the Prehistoric collection, which just came out last week. Once again, thank you to Mooncat for sending me this collection. I'm always excited to show you guys Mooncat. They're a very popular brand. They're a little bit more on the expensive side for me, so once again, thank you to Mooncat. Now, spoilers, I am really excited by the Prehistoric collection. I think that this new formula was really pretty, and I am a huge fan of the shimmer, flaky combinations that we're seeing here. But before I get too deep into that collection, I do want to talk about the Lost in Folktale collection. This is a 6-piece collection. We are seeing 3 different types of formulas in this collection, so if you're like me and you like a lot of variety when you're buying a collection, this is definitely one that I think you would like. Now, if you're going to buy the entire collection, that is again 6 polishes, that is going to be $79. But if you want to buy the polishes individually, we do see quite a range in cost. That is because on the higher end, we have a magnetic formulation, which is typically a bit pricey on Mooncat's website, and then on the lower end, we're seeing a pretty standard shimmer formulation for the brand. So that range is going to be anywhere between $14 to $16, depending on which polish that you buy. So now that I've talked about that collection, just a little bit of information for your brain, let's jump into the swatches. I do want to kind of divide this up a bit so you're not just being swamped with polishes and you don't really know which is which or which belongs to what collection. So first I'm going to show you the Lost in Folktale collection and then the Prehistoric collection. Now if you're only interested in one or the other, feel free to skip around in that timeline down below, but let's jump into the Lost in Folktale collection because I got lost in some of these polishes. It's almost impossible not to. Now, while I liked a lot of the polishes from this collection, Flight of the Monarchs was my favorite. It was just so playful to me. There's a pink jelly base and this vibrant orangish yellow shimmer running throughout it. And I just think it is absolutely spectacular and a really fun take on what a monarch would look like. You know, we're missing some of the typical blacks that we would see when we think of monarchs, but I like just how standout-ish this orange is. Next up we have Stumped, and as a brown polish connoisseur, I really like this polish too. See, this is a polish that makes it hard to just pick one favorite from this collection. As you can see, there's a really light reddish brown jelly base going on here, but there's also a collection of yellow, goldy, green flakies running throughout it, and when it's layered, I did need 3 layers, it looks spectacular, and the flakies really stand out in that jelly base, so you get this really interesting 3D effect happening here. Up next is Poisonberry, and this one is in Mooncat's typical shimmer formulation. As you've seen on this channel, they have a very particular style of shimmer polish. Poisonberry is a lilac shimmer with purple, and this one also has itty bitty teeny tiny pieces of holographic glitter running throughout it. Now, I wish that the holographic glitter was a little bit more standoutish, maybe just a dash more or bigger glitter pieces, as they kind of get lost in the sauce here, but a very pretty polish overall. Next up is Shroomdom, and this one was very fun to me. This is a red jelly base with a variety of gold and orange flakies running throughout it. It is just a fun combination, and personally I have some trouble with red jellies, but this one was absolutely no problem at all. It very much was opaque in 2 coats, and as you can see here, it has such a strange kind of sunburn effect. Pixie Stick is an excellent example of why it's so hard to pick just one favorite from this collection. I think I have like 3 at this point. But this is a white polish filled with green shimmer and teeny tiny itty bitty holographic glitter. Now, to me, the holo gets lost in the sauce here. That green shimmer just overtakes the entire thing. But this polish, oh my god. It looks a little sheer on the camera, but in person, 2 coats was definitely enough. So our next polish is Weeping Willow, and this is an emerald green base with reflective glitter running throughout it, a little bit different from that holo, but it has a lighter green cat eye effect because, oh boy, it's a magnet. Unfortunately, on camera, I don't think I did the best job showing you the difference or the sharpness of the cat eye, but in person, it's very clear that there's a light green cat eye running throughout it. It's a pretty polish, I just have a hard time with magnets, and that's Lost in Folktale, folks. Okay, so let's talk about the Pretty Prehistoric collection. Now, this might be a little bit of a surprise to many of you. I've recently discussed how I don't like polishes that come pre-mattified. You know what I mean? They're polishes that straight from the bottle, when they dry down matte. And personally, I'm not a huge fan of that. However, for these particular polishes, I'll let that slide because when I put glossy top coat on them, they look stunning, and when I let them just be matte, they look stunning. Now, anytime I do get a mattifying formula, I don't just not apply any top coat to it. I like to put a quick dry top coat onto my nail polish, and then once that is fully dry and cured, I put a mattifying top coat on top of that, just because I personally think that it works best for my lifestyle. I like my nails to dry quickly. I want to be able to jump from one task to another without any waiting in between. So that is what works for me. I also think that my nails just last longer. Mattifying formulas tend to chip really easily, and I'm hard on my hands. I've been gardening since the weather started to get warm, so I need my nail polishes to last longer. Okay, but let's talk about the details of the Pretty Prehistoric collection. God, I love the alliteration in the name. It just, good mouthfeel. So if you're gonna buy the whole collection, that is going to be $108. That is a steep price tag. I had some sticker shock and I was sent the collection. But the reason why that price tag is so big is because there are a lot of polishes in this collection. You have a total of 8 polishes in this collection, which is why we have such a steep price hike. I mean, that's 2 more polishes than we had in the previous collection, so of course, price tag's gonna be a little bit more. But if you were to buy any of these polishes in this newer formulation, it's going to be $15 a pop across the board. While I say that the mattifying part is new to Mooncat, the mattifying formula actually comes in 2 looks. So we have a shimmer, and then we have a shimmer plus flakies. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about this collection. You have a little bit of room to play with. Yes, all of the colors are very, very different, which I appreciate that from Mooncat. I always like it when their collections have such a wide variety of colors in them. That just means that I won't get bored with collection or feel like I've swatched the same polish twice. So now that we have all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into these swatches. I'm really excited to be showing you this collection, so let's go. Oh my god, I've been sent back to my preteen times and Hot Topic. This is Roar. This is a matte lavender polish with iridescent flakies, and this is the Pretty Prehistoric set. I really like this color. I did enjoy how it dried matte, but again, for longevity's sake, I always do a quick dry top coat and then put my matte top coat on top of it. But here it is, both matte, and of course I had to show it to you shiny because it does something to my soul to do the shiny. And let's just keep going. I'm just gonna be upfront. All of these polishes are my favorite. I love every single one of them. It just tickles my brain hole, or what's in there, I don't know. But this is Velociraptor, and this is a dark teal base, again, matte, with color shifting flakies that shift from orange to purple. And there's also, of course, a little bit of reflective glitter that I actually think works really well in this situation. I don't know, but those flakies and the teal, and it's just magical. It's like the universe, but on your nails and so shiny. There's something special about this slate gray polish with a color shifting flaky from blue to green, but the grays and the blues and the greens, they just work so well, and I think you get this really interesting color combination. Like, how often are you seeing this kind of super bright, iridescent flakies against a color that is so often overlooked? And you get something unique and stunning, and I'm here for the creative. Like, look how bright those flakies are, even when it's matte. Like, how is that possible? And then, of course, shiny, and it's just all shiny, and my eyes are bleeding. Up next is Sabertooth, and in the bottle it looks like Mooncat's typical shimmer formula, but this one dries matte. It's interesting. I don't necessarily care about the matte aspect, though I will say this particular matte was very, very pretty, but I really love the light blue base with the very bright blue shimmer. It just creates this monochromatic look that I think is incredibly enticing and icy and just tickles my brain hole. I don't know why I keep saying brain hole. I need to get a dictionary or a thesaurus. Fuck. Is my camera blurry, or are these microflakies just so refractive that it causes the nail polish on your nail to look blurry? And spoiler, it does do that. Tectonic Shift is a light green base with a crap ton of color shifting flakies that shift from yellow to orange to pink, and oh my god, it just has this really unique look to it and reminds me of Holo Taco's Frosted Metals. And we're so lucky to get two of these polishes in that same microflaky formulation. This is Molten Lava, and as you can see, it is eye-searing red with a orangey undertone to it. The flakies themselves shift from red to coral to orange, and this one has reflective glitter. I just love how these polishes look, both matte and glossy. I think you could get a lot of versatility with this particular formulation, and I hope to see more. I really do. Now, of course, you couldn't have a dinosaur-themed collection without Tyrannosaurus, and in this case, Tyrannosaurus Hex. And this is a very fun polish. I'm a little sad that this one is the matte formulation, as I think it looks stunning with that shine to it, really 3D. But this is a green base with green multi-chrome flakies and a ton of reflective glitters. It's a beautiful polish, and I love how it looks glossy, like so much. Now, I'm sad to say that the photos of this polish doesn't do it justice, because Pangea is an experience that you have to have in person. The color combination between that navy blue base and the color shifting green to orange to red fine flakies is just, oh my god, it's amazing to see in person. And I wish I could just, you know, drop a bottle in your mailbox, but I can't, so maybe you should get this one. It's the only one I'm gonna say that about, but oh my god, I love it. Okay, so now that you have seen both of these collections, definitely let me know what you think. I'm sorry that the Lost in Folktale collection is a little bit late, but I feel like bundling both collections into this video allows me to you know, not just bombard you with the same brands over and over again. And yeah, keeps you in the loop, keeps me in the loop, and keeps me on Mooncat's PR list. Haha. That's a joke. Definitely let me know what you think about these polishes. I am actually really excited overall seeing what Mooncat has started to produce since the start of this year. I think that their formulas and color stories and collection themes have been really fun and really interesting, and they've become a brand that I'm always really excited to see what they put out. They do put out a lot of polishes fairly quickly. I feel like their launch calendar is similar to Holo Taco's, though Holo Taco is on a whole other launch schedule, like goddamn. But I'm always excited to see what Mooncat puts out. They've definitely become a brand that I've started to really appreciate and just enjoy. I'm excited when I see what they're coming out with. There's definitely been a fairly big change on this channel. My first Mooncat video discussed some of the things that I am not a fan of, and I really appreciate that as I've been put on their PR list and have been paying special attention to their website and their photos, that they've made a really good positive shift. I mean, we still have issues. Like sometimes I do see photos that are a little inaccurate here and there, but the inaccuracies aren't as big as I was seeing when I first started reviewing Mooncat on this channel. So it's just a great shift in a better, you know, direction. So I always appreciate seeing that kind of thing from brands. And yeah, I've really liked what I've been seeing from Mooncat lately. Honestly, the Prehistoric collection is at this moment my favorite collection that they've launched this year. I wouldn't be surprised if it made it into my top favorites for all of 2023. And I know that we're still in April and we're just about to get into May, so there's a ton of time for more collections to come out, but I've just really enjoyed this collection. It's another formula where they kind of have changed my mind a little bit. We saw that with the Shimmers 3 Coaters that I just reviewed on my channel from them. And yeah, I don't know, they're changing my mind in a lot of ways, and I like it when brands do that. More of you brands should try to change my mind. Well, you don't need to cater to my preferences specifically, but I like it when my mind is being changed. Yeah, that is this week's Mooncat review. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, and if you like my videos, make sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.